Svetlana Tulasi. I'm from Moscow, Russia. I grew up in Moscow and lived there most of my life, and currently I'm residing in Los Angeles, California. I just made a move a couple of months ago to continue my career. I've been doing Kathak dance since I was a kid. I started when I was about 9, maybe 10 years old. And at first, I was brought there to the class by my parents because they both were into Indian culture and music and films and all of that. So they kind of wanted me to learn about my Indian roots. But it turns out that at that age, I wasn't really keen on doing any of that because I was into hip hop, the mainstream media, and I couldn't really connect to it. So the first couple of years of my Kathak journey were not really any interesting because I kept going there just because I was forced to. Basically, I didn't want to disappoint my parents. But then I quit. So I had a little break, and then at some point my parents insisted, and they found another guru with whom I stayed. So my current and my lifetime Guruji is Yekaterina Seliviorstova, or how her Indian colleagues call her Kateri. So she has been my main inspiration, I would say, because she found that I guess I have some ability in it. I had some ability in it as a kid. So she just wanted me to really grow. She's the kind of teacher that sees something in you. She like plants a seed and she makes it bloom. She doesn't kill it by just doing her job as a dance teacher. She was really nurturing. She was really encouraging and inspirational. She was strict, and she still is, but in a good way, because in a way that pushes you to become better with time. So yeah, that's how my journey started, and it's been over 20 years now. That's not my generation, but Amrapali, when I saw those movies and those dance scenes of Kathak and even Bharatanatyam, I was like, whatever they're doing, I want to do that. I want to be as good as them. So that's what kickstarted my journey.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing that, Svetlana. I think that's very inspiring for all of us. Um, one quick follow-up question on this is that, this, of course, came naturally to you. You were always nudged into this direction. There was always this subtle pressure. But I'm sure there must have been some very difficult testing times. So how were you able to actually deal with those times?
Yeah, absolutely, because dance to express and express your inner life. It's the same with acting, really. It's just with acting, you do that using the words, using the lines, using the body language. With dance, you use only body language and movement. And for me, it's a way to express because, especially when there's so many songs which have meaning to them, which have lyrics that tell a story, and you want to tell that story. And you don't have to necessarily mimic every word with a particular movement that shows that, visualizes that. Think about it. When we are happy and relaxed, what do? We dance, we sing, we play, we do all those things. So it comes naturally to humans of all cultures. And Kathak is just like a formalized, a stylized way of expressing yourself. And what I do.
Defining moment in your life, which you can now look back and say, okay, it's because of this that I really have been able to choose this field very consciously.
Well, there was a moment when I quit my office job and I went into dancing, and that happened. That happened when I just realized that the balance between work, life, and dance was not really the one that was satisfying to me. I felt like something was missing, that I could do a lot more in the dance than I was doing. And that happened after Ukraine's Got Talent, and before I think that happened in 2015 around-ish. That's when I started slowly getting recognized in this across the world. And I started being invited to these international dance festivals in China and Europe and all over the place. And I thought, okay, people recognize me as a somebody in this dance field, so I might as well, try to do that. Even though deep inside, I was still trying to do it because I've been telling this lie to myself that, hey, you should be, the smart girl. You should not be just, a pretty or whatever, a dancer girl. Because I thought that this was not a prestigious or a prospective career at that time. And we all have to fight those battles in our heads and make a decision. So I guess the deciding moment was when I got the one of the TV shows in India. I can't remember what exactly it was. And they just invited me to be a part of the show. They said, hey, so your videos, you're great. Why don't you, join the show and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, I took a quick leave from my job for like a non-paid leave just to do that show. And it all failed miserably. It wasn't broadcasted. Nothing worked out. But I spent 3 months in India that year, and I realized, hey, you know what? Even though this didn't work out, this is what I should be doing in my life. This is exactly what I should be doing. I just need to find the right approach, the right crew to work with me, the right people, the right location, everything. So that was the defining moment around 2015. Have a similar kind of thing, which we call the odds. It's basically you warm up the feet, by doing footwork. You do spins, you do all the hand movements, all the kind of positions that you normally do before you actually get into dancing. And it's essential. I've been doing that when I started training. I've been doing that every single day for hours a day. For a lot of people, it's very difficult because building a habit of practice is one of the hardest things in life. Whether that's, building a healthy habit of eating healthy or sleep or working out or doing your dance practice. So what I say to everyone, and something that really, even it helps me when on days that I feel like, lazy, 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day practicing your dance. Because what it does is it tricks your brain into thinking, oh, it's just 5 minutes. Everybody has 5 minutes, even if you're Elon Musk, You do have 5 minutes in your day just for yourself. So in those 5 minutes, you just practice, And then once you many, but I think the one that I appreciate the most is when we performed Jaga from the movie Sultan at Russia's Got Talent together with Kumar Sharma. That performance went so viral. It kickstarted a world tour for us that's been lasting for ever since. So for 3 years, I think, right before the pandemic started last year, right until March last year, we've been world touring, performing that dance at almost every single show, and that's crazy. I think that's and that was such a venture, such a I don't know, a startup, whatever you want to call it, because that was the first time I performed with him. We did not know each other before that performance. We just chatted on Facebook, and then he flew to Moscow for this performance, and then we rehearsed and we did it. And we were so tired, we were so jet lagged, we were so, nervous about this because, it's not just performing for the first time with someone, it's performing on TV, on the biggest TV channel in Russia. And I knew that this would be on the internet, so everybody would see it eventually. So I was super nervous, but I'm glad it turned out the way it did. I'm really thankful to the production company for making such a nice video and such a nice, present for us. So yeah, that's one of the most memorable performances.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. Let's move on to the next question. And this is, I'll just be paraphrasing this question, but the essence of this question is that, this person wants to understand that he's, in his early 20s and wants to really foray into this dance form. So what would be your, basic advice for this person?
Find a teacher that you like. Doesn't matter where in the world they are, because nowadays everybody learns on Zoom. I have even people here in California who are like 1 hour or 2 hours drive from me. They still take the Zoom classes. So that's totally normal. That's what everybody does. So find any Kathak dancer that you like, reach out to them and ask if they can do Zoom classes for you. Or if you have someone local with you, you're lucky. If you live in Punjab where Kumar Sharma is, please go to them. If you live in Ahmedabad, go to Central of your content instead of the quantity, because we all know it's no secret to anyone that social media grows when you keep posting regularly, and that's another thing. But then it leads to people compromising the quality of their content. So they post just whatever, just for the sake of posting. If you want to build a brand that has value, you focus on value. You focus on the quality of your content. You prepare, you rehearse it 100 times before you post it online. So I guess that's the maybe not the fastest way to grow, but that's definitely a good long-term growth pattern for whatever the business you're building, whatever the brand you're building. Focus on the quality, and then the quantity of your followers or whatever you're looking for, that will come eventually. So that's what I think is more important.
Excellent. Thanks so much for sharing that, Svetlana. And just before we call it an off, is there any final piece of advice that you have for all the young followers, the young enthusiasts of Kathak and this dance form in particular that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I'm really happy to see that there's so many more kids getting into Kathak nowadays, both boys and girls. I see youngsters, like I have students who are very young, and Kumar has students, Kumar Sharma, my dance partner, he has students who are very young, and it's so inspiring to see them. It's so inspiring to see someone so young knowing that, hey, you know what? I know there's a lot of hip hop around, but I want to learn my culture. I want to know it. I want to perform it. And I guess my advice.